Welcome to Our View for You. Today we present tips on home gardening.
Hey everyone, my name is Kerron, a graduate of the Waterloo Secondary School in 2007 and an officer in the Ministry of Agriculture. I'm here today to provide some tips on home gardening on behalf of the Waterloo Secondary School Alumni Association. So let's get started. So when most people think about home gardening, they tend to say that they can't do it because they don't have enough space or they don't have enough land. And that belief is erroneous and brings me to my first tip. Home gardening can be done anywhere, even with limited space. To start your own home garden, all you need is a small space with access to sunlight, water, and a container with growing medium. Now I use the term growing medium specifically because people tend to think that soil is the only medium that can be used for growing plants. This is far from the truth. Actually, you can use soilless mediums such as compost and premix, both of which can be bought at an agro store. Tip number 2, plant what you use and what you eat. Home gardening is all about saving yourself time and money in the long run. By planting what you use and eat, you reduce the cost of having to purchase those fruits and vegetables again in the future, and you save the time that you would have otherwise needed to use to go to the supermarket or market. Tip number 3, choose healthy plants. If the plants you're looking at the agro store look sickly, then chances are they are sickly. And those plants will go on to produce poorly, and as a result would end up wasting resources that you would have put into it. So, when you're choosing plants, look for healthy plants, and if you're choosing to germinate your own seedlings, then choose the seedlings that are the healthiest in that set. Tip number 4, transplant early in the morning or late in the evening. Transplanting itself can be stressful for a seedling, causing healthy plants to produce poorly. So to reduce the amount of stress experienced by that plant, it would be best to transplant at a cool time of day. Tip number 5, ensure your plants are getting adequate sunlight. Wherever you're doing your home gardening, make sure it's not in a place that's completely shaded away from the sun. This is important because plants use the energy from the sun to photosynthesize the food that it needs and the oxygen that you need to survive. Tip number 6, water your plants every morning and every evening. Water is very important to help plants absorb nutrients, produce food, and keep itself cool. So to ensure your plants are healthy, be sure to water them every day. And if you're planting in a container, ensure that the container has holes at the bottom to allow the water to drain through the soil and through the bottom of the container. Tip number 7, fertilize your plants. Fertilizing adds the nutrients that plants need to grow, just as you need the nutrients from the food you eat. This may not be necessary if you're using soil as a growing medium, but for nutrient-void media such as premix, you will have to add all of the nutrients by way of fertilizer to ensure your plant grows healthily. You can purchase fertilizers from agro shops, or you can add nutrients to your medium by properly burying vegetable kitchen scraps in the medium so that it can decompose and over time release nutrients into the medium. So this is my small home garden. As you can see, I don't have a lot of space, so I use the plant pot and an old bucket that I no longer use. I transplanted some lettuce and mint approximately 1.5 weeks ago, and they're doing well. The medium that I'm currently using is premix and soil mixed. An important thing to remember is that plants are sometimes like kids. The rewards you reap are equal to the amount of work that you put into it. Now with that in mind, go forth and enjoy your home gardening journey.
For more on this series, like Waterloo Secondary School Alumni Association on Facebook and subscribe to Waterloo Secondary Alumni 868 on YouTube.